Topic is OOP concept in C++. OOP stands for Object Oriented Programming. OOP is a programming paradigm in which every program is follows the concept of object. In other words, OOP is a way of writing programs based on the object concept. The object oriented programming paradigm has the following core concept. First, encapsulation. Second, inheritance. Third, polymorphism. Fourth, abstraction. And fifth, message passing. Now, first, encapsulation. Encapsulation is the process of combining data and code into a single unit, that is, object and class. In OOP, every object is associated with its data and code. In programming, data is defined as variables and code is defined as methods. The C++ programming language uses the class concept to implement encapsulation. Second, inheritance. Inheritance is the process of acquiring properties and behaviors from one object to another object or one class to another class. In inheritance, we derive a new class from the existing class. Here, the new class acquire the properties and the behaviors from the existing class. In the inheritance concept, the class which provides properties is called as parent class, and the class which receive the properties is called as child class. The parent class is also known as base class or superclass. The child class is also known as derived class or subclass. In the inheritance, the properties and the behaviors of base class extended to its derived class, but the base class never receive properties or behaviors from its derived class. In C++ programming language, the keyword extends is used to implement inheritance. Next, polymorphism. Polymorphism is the process of defining same method with different implementation. That means creating multiple methods with different behaviors. The C++ uses method overloading and method overriding to implement polymorphism. Method overloading means multiple methods with same name but different parameters. And method overriding means multiple methods with same name and same parameter. Next paradigm is abstraction. Abstraction is hiding the internal details and showing only essential functionality. In the abstraction concept, we do not show the actual implementation to the end user. Instead, we provide only essential things. For example, if we want to drive a car, we does not need to know about the internal functionality like how wheel system works, how brake system works, how music system works, etc. Next paradigm is a message passing. Objects communicate through invoking methods and sending data to them. This paradigm of sending and receiving information among objects through function parameters is known as message passing. Now, next, what are the features of OOPS? First feature, emphasizes on data rather than procedure. Second feature, programs are divided into entities known as objects. Third is data structures are designed such that they characterized objects. Fourth, functions that operate on data of an object are tied together in data structures. Fifth feature, data is hidden and cannot be accessed by external functions. Sixth, objects communicate with each other through functions. Seventh feature, new data and functions can be easily added whenever necessary. And eighth feature follows bottom-up design in program design. Next, what are the advantages of OOPS? Now, first benefit is OOPS support and provides the modular structure for developing applications. Second benefit, good definitions, abstract data types are implemented by hiding the inner details. Third benefit, maintaining and modifying the existing code is easier. Fourth benefit, a good framework of code library is provided by OOP. Fifth benefit, software complexity can be easily managed. Sixth advantage, object-oriented system can be easily upgraded. And seventh benefit, it is quite easy to partition the work in a project based on object. Now, what are the drawbacks of OOP? The first, it has no security and it has a bootable. Now, these are the drawbacks of OOPs. Now, next, what are the applications of OOP? Now, first application, user interface design such as Windows, menu, etc. Second application, real-time systems. Third application, simulation and modeling. Fourth application, object-oriented database. Fifth application, AI and expert system. Sixth application, neural networks and parallel programming. Seventh application, decision support and office automation system. Eighth application, computer animation. Ninth application to design compiler. 10th application to design administrative tools and system tools. And 11th application to develop computer games. Now these are the applications of OOPS. Now next is class, objects and member function. How we can define class, objects and member function? Now first, class. Class is a collection of data and the function in a single unit. Classes are an expanded version of structures. Classes can contain multiple variables and also contain function as class member. Variables declared in class are called data members, that is attributes. Functions declared or defined in class are called member function. A class is defined, it can declare variables of that type. A class variable is called object or instance. In other words, a class would be the data type and an object would be the variable. Now, how to declare a class? Class are declared using the keyword class followed by class name, and the class members are declared within braces. Now, the syntax for declaring the class is class name in opening curly bracket, private colon, members 1 semicolon, protected colon, members 2 semicolon, public colon, members 3 semicolon, curly bracket close semicolon. Where class name is a valid identifier for the class. The body of the declaration can contain members that can be either data or function declaration. The members of a class are classified into three categories. First, private second public, and third protected. Where private, protected, and public are reservoirs and are called member access specifiers. These specifiers modify the access rights that the members following them acquire. Now, first access specifier is private members of a class are accessible only from within other members of the same class. It cannot access it outside of the class. Next specifier protected members. Protected members are accessible from members of their same class and also from members of their derived classes. And last access specifier is a public members. Public members are accessible from anywhere where the object is visible. By default, all members of a class declared with the class keyword have private access for all its members. Therefore, any member that is declared before one other class specifier automatically has private access. Now consider an example for create employee class. Class employee opening curly bracket integer emp underscore id. Now in this example, employee is the class name, employee id is the data member, and the data type is integer. Next data member is emp underscore name and the data type is char. Next data member is emp underscore age and data type is int, means integer. Next data member is emp salary, data type is long, and then we define two member function. The first member function is get data and second member function is put data, and then finally we close a class using closing curly bracket with a semicolon. Next, object. Object is a variable of class type. Class members are accessed using the dot operator between class object and class member name. Now this is the general format for creating object in C++. The format is class name, object name, semicolon. For example, employee emp semicolon. Here, employee is a class name and emp is object name.